The Crystal Healing Certification Program is coming soon. Want to know more? For info, free training, and to get on the list, go to crystalhealerschool.com. Hi everyone, and crystal blessings. This is Ashley from the Love and Light School of Crystal Therapy, joining you this evening to talk a little bit about crystals for empaths. So in the last few live events that I've done, this is something that's been coming up quite a bit. So people have been really interested in learning about crystals that they can use for shielding and protection, for helping to keep good energetic boundaries and helping protect yourself a little bit when you are empathic. So an empath is someone who really easily picks up on the energy or emotions of others, or sometimes even of the space or environment that they're in, and it can be really difficult for these kinds of people to cope with that energy. So it kind of manifests in a lot of different ways, from anxiety to depression to overwhelm, or even sometimes anger or upset, and it can be hard to kind of understand exactly where that's coming from or why that happens. But what happens eventually is most people start to realize over time that the energy or emotions that they're experiencing aren't actually their own. So how can you actually use crystals to help you cope with this, especially right now? Things are very tense in our world. Things are very difficult, and a lot of empathic people are really struggling. I know a very dear friend of mine who's having a super hard time right now just because the energy is so tense. So I recommend a few things. The first thing to do is use a crystal that will work as a shield to kind of keep your energy in your field and outside energy out. So it's about creating healthy energetic boundaries. And Labradorite crystals can really help you do this. So that shimmery, shiny surface of Labradorite acts almost like a reflective mirror to bounce outside energy back out of your field and keep your energy field clear of psychic debris and emotional debris that's coming from outside of yourself. So keeping a piece of Labradorite in your pocket or your handbag, or better yet, wearing a piece as a pendant or bracelet, or just having a nice large stone in your pocket, that can be really beneficial for helping to shield you. So that's the first thing, because that's kind of preventative. Then you want to work at making sure that you're really only, connecting with your own emotional energy. So I recommend something like rose quartz or pink opal to get in touch with your own emotions and emotional body and understand what's yours and what's not. And for something that's yours, you can choose to take it or leave it. So if there's an emotion that's serving you, then of course, you have every right to be in touch with that emotion and feel that emotion. But if you have an emotion that's something that we normally perceive as being negative, then you might decide that it's time to remove that emotion or release that emotion. And there are lots of crystals that can help you do that. So for emotional release, I really love working with Smoky Quartz. You can put it between your feet, especially if you have a natural Smoky Quartz point, and point the termination or point of the crystal facing away from your physical body below your feet. And that helps to draw emotional energy out of the body. You can also use something like a black obsidian egg or a large tumbled stone and pass it through your aura to dissolve that emotional debris that's not your energy. The other thing that I think is really helpful for people who are empathic is to work on clearing your cords and connections. Now, I know a lot of energy workers out there that teach the practice of cutting cords, but my very first crystal teacher ever was teaching me Melody's methodology of crystal healing, and Melody, of course, being the amazing author of the Love is in the Earth series of books. And in Melody's methodology, you never cut cords. And I had always been taught to cut cords before that, and when I heard don't cut the cords, I was totally confused, but I promise it's about to make a whole lot of sense. So when you cut your cords, and cords are just basically energetic attachments that come from other people or places and infringe on your energy body. So you want to remove those so that your energy field is clean and clear and your energy isn't being zapped by other sources. So the reason you don't want to cut cords is because when those cords are attached to your etheric body, think about it. If I had one in my third eye and I cut that cord, you're going to have a little piece of that cord left in that chakra center or that part of your aura. That makes it a lot easier for that energy to reattach itself because there's still a small piece of that foreign energy within your field. Whereas if you remove the cord by gently pulling it out of your field, then you're removing the whole cord, leaving you totally free of any energetic or psychic debris. And that made so much sense to me and really, really resonated. So there are some crystals that can facilitate and help with the cord removal. So you might want to try something like a Faden quartz crystal, a piece of selenite, some rainbow sheen obsidian. You can use a fulgurite. There are all kinds of crystals that you can use to help facilitate that cord cutting or cord removal. Not cutting, removal. So that cord removal, by just gently extracting and pulling the cords out of wherever they may be attached to, is going to be really, really beneficial for empathic people. The other thing that you can do is call any cords that you may have sent out to the universe back to your own field. And this is really important for empaths because sometimes we get really emotionally involved with other people and we genuinely want to help, right? You're so full of compassion, you want to help that person, and unbeknownst to you, that's actually like sending out an energetic cord. And it's not coming from a negative place, it's not meant to infringe on another person's energy, but ultimately you're releasing a piece of your own energy field to that person, which is not beneficial for you. It's not good self-care practice. So routinely removing those cords and then calling your own energetic cords back to you is really important for just, general maintenance of your energy bodies and good energetic health. So hey to everybody who's in here. I just had a really, really great hangout with my Certified Crystal Healer Program graduates, and that was super awesome. So I promised everyone I'd come over to Facebook and talk a little bit about these crystals for empaths. Now, another crystal for empaths that I really, really want to discuss is Morganite. So this is a pink variety of beryl. So it's kind of like the pink cousin to aquamarine. So aquamarine is a blue beryl, Morganite is a pink beryl, Goshenite is a colorless beryl, and Heliodor is a yellow beryl, and Emerald is a green beryl. So there's this whole family of beryls, and we give them different color or different names based on their color. So Morganite, the pink variety, is an awesome stone for empaths because it allows you to be compassionate, be empathic, be understanding, do your work and healing service with others without giving up your own energy. So this is a problem that I see a lot of healers, like a trap that they get into, because it's almost like they think they're so used to giving and giving and giving that they're willing to give everything and anything that they have to help someone else, which on the one hand is a really beautiful trait to have, right? But on the other hand, totally impractical, because you can only do that for a very short time before you're going to be totally drained. You're going to be physically and mentally exhausted. You're not going to have the energy that you need to do the work to help others. So you're really limiting the amount of people that you can help when that's how you're working. So I do really recommend Morganite for helping you set good boundaries, good ethical boundaries, and having good integrity to work with people when you are empathic, when you are a light worker and you genuinely want to help them, but to set those boundaries for yourself so that you don't give too much of yourself. And if you're doing that and you're working with those preventative crystals like the Labradorite, and you're, keeping your field clear of any energetic debris or outside energy, then you're really going to do a lot of good. So Anna says, yeah, that's what I feel. I feel I give all my energies to others and then I'm left feeling totally drained. Anna, you're probably just super amazing. You're probably this amazing spiritual being, this amazing healer, amazing empath, but you can't serve as many people when that happens, right? So definitely pick up a piece of Morganite and just keep it with you. Keep it in your pocket. Hold it during a short meditation during the day. Kind of help yourself find your center with that Morganite. Hold it over your heart. Take a few deep breaths. Find your place of calm and center. And be honest with yourself about your own limitations and boundaries as a human being. And that's okay. It's great to help people, but only to a certain point, right? because we're all here to learn our own lessons and deal with our own karma. And if you're always cleaning up everyone else's messes, they never have a chance to learn those lessons for themselves and to grow and evolve as spirits and as people. So that's really important to keep in mind. Okay. And Kimberly, yeah, she says this is a huge problem in my world of nursing. So Kimberly, I think so many empaths are drawn to nursing as a career. Nursing and energy work like, Reiki or crystal healing, and then also massage therapy, elder care, being counselors or therapists. Like, a lot of people in those kind of professions feel constantly drained because you're letting your energetic body be infringed upon, or you're giving too much of yourself. So finding those healthy boundaries, super, super important, and Morganite can help you do that. So if things get really extreme and you need a little bit more drastic protection, I love the combination of black tourmaline with lepidolite. So black tourmaline helps to dissolve negative energy and keep your energy body protected. Again, setting those really clear boundaries, especially if you're working with someone who isn't getting the message in a subtle way, right? Then black tourmaline sets that energetic boundary that just says, nope, enough, like this is the boundary, you're not going to infringe on my energy. And then lepidolite helps to transmute what that person is sending and send it back to that person as love, so that they feel appreciated, they feel nurtured and supported, but that energy is coming from the universe, it's coming from the crystals, not from you. Because that's what it's really about, is helping those people learn how to tap into universal source energy for themselves instead of feeding off of other people. And that can be a really difficult lesson for some people to learn. They go through friendships and they go through family members and they burn bridges because they just don't understand how to tap into that universal source energy, which is completely abundant and limitless, right? We can all tap into that source for manifesting, for healing, for spiritual growth, whatever it may be, but not everyone understands exactly how to do that, and they go to other people for that energy, for that fix, and that's not the healthy way to do it. So using lepidolite can actually help other people to see what they need. Okay. So I hope that super helps a little bit talking about crystals for empaths. And oh yeah, okay, such a good comment. So Jennifer says, and remember to charge your grounding cord often. Breathe in what you need more of and release what's not yours. So yeah, grounding and centering yourself really keep you in present moment awareness, present moment consciousness, and you can be more in tune with what's happening with your energy body when you are grounded and centered, because it just lets you have that awareness of what's happening with yourself and your interactions with other people. And so you can do some great grounding exercises, like closing your eyes, taking a deep breath in, feeling your grounding cord connect down to the earth, visualizing your legs turn into tree roots and grow deep down into the earth, wrapping around the earth's core, anchoring you there. Or to center yourself, you can tap or thump your thymus, which is in the area of your higher heart, for about 30 seconds. And this helps to get you really calm and centered so that you can focus on that present moment awareness. If you want to do that while you're holding one of your crystals for empaths, that would be amazing. Also, Carnelian is really good for helping you get really nice and centered very quickly. So you might want to try holding a piece of Carnelian for a few seconds and then checking in with yourself and see how you feel, how someone else makes you feel, how situations making you feel, and determining whether those emotions are yours or whether they're not yours, whether they're just baggage that you can dump, right? That's really important. Okay, and I'm just scrolling through the comments to make sure I didn't miss any questions here. Oh my goodness, and yeah, Sabrina's daughter is having a hard time being around lots of people. She's still in high school and comes home exhausted. High school is such a hard time for so many reasons, but if you have someone who's empathic and they're surrounded by that kind of energy all day, it is very exhausting. So maybe send her to school with a little crystal and see if that helps, Sabrina. Okay, Julia says, definitely getting some Labradorite for when I do Reiki work. Absolutely, that would be a really good thing to have. And Julia also asked, does drinking Carnelian gem water help? She does that every day for energy. Yeah, so the Carnelian gem water can help you get really nice and balanced because that's connected to your sacral chakra, your emotional center. So it helps you find that emotional balance so that you're not overly compassionate, overly empathetic. And the act of drinking that water, if you turn that into like a little ritual, will actually help get you really centered in that moment while you're drinking that water. So that's an awesome idea, Julia. Great. Well, with that, I hope that you all have a really beautiful weekend. That was just a quick little talk about crystals for empaths. If you enjoyed that little chat and you want to learn more about crystals, please visit my website at loveandlighthealingschool.com. I even have some free crystal goodies there for you. You can hover over the resources tab and then click on the free crystal goodies from the drop-down box. There's 14 different things that you can download and enjoy at your convenience to learn about using crystals in all different ways. I hope you'll check out those resources, even share some with a friend. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a really great weekend and crystal blessings. The Crystal Healing Certification Program is coming soon. Want to know more? For info, free training, and to get on the list, go to crystalhealerschool.com.